Every year the Psychic Expo comes to London and it is here once again. So whether or not you're able to make it out for yourself, we're going to go inside and talk to some of the people and try and learn a little bit more about what each one of them has to offer.
Where are the stars when this baby's born? And then they would do an astrological interpretation. I'm Linda Fulcher and I organize the Psychic Expo here in London, and we have 11 shows all over Ontario. We've been doing this for about 23 years to bring psychics to all the people who are interested in learning more about themselves. You can come into the Psychic Expo, you can go to the lectures and demonstrations, they'll tell you about their ability, they'll read people in the audience, or you can come and sit down and have a private one-on-one reading where they will actually go through your past, present, and future and tell you about you.
I believe that most people have a life path lesson that they're meant to experience when we are on this earth. And it's sort of, I always put it attuned to, we always have a destination. Sometimes you take those bumpy back country roads with some detours and constructions, and you have to repeat the lessons, but eventually we all get to that lesson in our lives. When I have a client, it's not so much the image that they may bring to me. I may think that's ridiculous. I don't understand this message, but I've learned time and time again that if I don't filter it and just say what I see in my head, or I say the image that I am, 9 times out of 10, that client can take it. And again, that's just proof that sort of says we are here as a vessel. We're not here to necessarily dictate or provide our opinion, but we say from the heart and we deliver our message from the heart to the people.
A lot of times the psychics can't even explain how they know, they just know they know. They have enough verification and confirmation that they know. Probably you've had some of these experiences yourself where the phone rings and you just know who it is. It could even be someone you haven't heard from in a lot of time, and it's actually impossible that you would even know who it is, but you do.
I'm Linda Doyle. I am a 5th-generation professional intuitive. I do reside in the London area, although I travel internationally. I assist others with empowerment, so my job is actually to assist an individual, not necessarily tell them what to do, but to provide them with some direction. Personally, myself, I work with many youths, being that, our future is basically in their hands. The more that they can learn to trust their own intuition and their own awareness, that is their own key. It comes right down to self-empowerment and self-awareness. In other words, it's not about what others want of you, it's about what you want for yourself. That is my job, okay? And my job is to let you know and to assist you to be the best you can be.
My name is Susan Esterbrookes, and I own a little bookstop called Mandala Bookshop, which is in London, Ontario, on Central Ave, very close to Victoria Park. A lot of books and tapes and tools, meditation tapes, meditation cushions, all kinds of things that can support personal growth and spirituality, however you conceive of it. When I began this way back, there wasn't as much available as there is today. We've got so much more available, although I have to say that a lot of it is just retooling old answers. Some of it is new, but some of it is just retooling. But I think what's really exciting, what's exciting for me, is that I think consciousness changes. We aren't the same creatures that we were a century ago. We have so many more opportunities, tools that we have in our hands, the internet. All of these things are changing the way we view life, the way we actually live life.
It's Dave again, and here I am at the London Psychic Expo that comes up twice a year. And I've been doing this show for here we go, about 24, 25 years. For me today, this is the first time I've had an opportunity to stop for about 5 minutes. The interesting thing about a show like this is that there's such a diversity of readers, the work that I do. I mean, when anybody walks in the door, there's a reason why they've walked in the door. They may not know that. They think they're going to get a reading, and maybe they do. But they might end up buying a book, listening to a lecture, or even getting on this table where they would have no knowledge first thing that morning that they were going to be doing something like that. I, for one, endorse the fact that when somebody talks to me, if they've never been to one of these before, I usually say to them, tell you what you should do, you should visit every person in this room and then sit down and listen to what your own gut is telling you as to who you're drawn to. The best reader for me might be the worst reader for you. You really have to home in and tune in to who is doing the reading and then go to the very person who you're drawn to.
My name is Debbie, and I work with tarot and pendulum and the spirit that's around you, and I give you everything they give me, the good and the not so good. One of the things that I find that works really well in this is every card that we deal with opens a door and allows us to talk about an area in your life. And if it's making sense to you, that's all that's necessary. We go on paths, but just because we're on a path right now that makes perfectly good sense to us and we're happy with, doesn't mean we'll stay on that path forever. I spent, I call it 100 years, but more like 35, in accounting and in management. But then about 10 years ago, I started getting more interested in the psychic side, and that's what I do now. And I enjoy it. It's really great.
My modality is paint blending. We call in your spirit guides, and my guides work with your guides, and from that creates a blueprint of art. Your spirit guides are very important. They're with us at all times. It's just wonderful to see them emerge through the paint. As I blend the art, we open it up together, and I point out everything in the reading that I see that's spiritually around you now, and then we reverse the art, and then what's spiritually around you for the future. So it's an amazing tool.
You can see this Egyptian pharaoh, eyes, nose, this is his chin. You can see the angular hat with his shoulders on both sides, and his helping hands coming in on both sides to help my journey. We see an owl in the middle. Here's the ears of the owl. It's a horned owl. And here's the body of the owl with the eyes. Means that tells me I'm a healer. Owl is a totem for a healer, but also education. A piece of education is around that one as well. So there you go.
It's a very unique mediumship. It came to me in a dream in 2004. I channeled it, and I finally got enough courage I did it for family and friends for 4 years, and then finally in 2008 I decided to do it for the public.
Hi ladies and gentlemen, my name is Michael Telstar, and I am a master remote viewer. And remote viewing basically means it's the inherent ability to perceive places in time, to perceive time and space, people, places, and or things remote in time and space, and then pick up information on said target. So it's not an actually standalone feature, but it's a information retrieval system that you will utilize with other forms of information like satellite dishes or spies or whatever and so on and so forth. But remote viewing though can be a tremendous benefit for getting information that you would not normally be able to get on any kind of physical means. It can be utilized for different protocols such as a medical protocol. Remote viewing can be used for an illness, determining an illness, law enforcement protocol for finding criminals, spies, so on and so forth. If you're interested in learning techniques for remote viewing, remote telepathy, also out-of-body adventures and how to unleash right brain capacities, it may be available and be doing some seminars at the Paradigm Shift Group, and it would kind of be a condensed version. I was trained to do a 30-hour presentation out of 70 hours at the Modern Institute, but I would basically be getting people to experience things on the spot. So I teach you how to pick up on the energy field, the aura. I get people to focus on a particular part of the body and pick up on that energy. I'd be able to teach some people how to utilize their energy, pick up thought forms and thought waves, remote sensing, a little bit of psychometry thrown in there, and among other things. And it's something that will increase your view of reality and not diminish it, but increase your experience and your personal feelings and your regard for this reality as well as other reality systems.
Thank you all for listening in and watching this video. It really encourages me to see the young people into this kind of stuff, because this energy work and all that it has to offer is what I feel is going to help change the world. And I know it certainly has changed my world and everybody in my world. When you're doing Reiki, you go down from chakra to chakra to chakra, and you clear the energy in those chakras, and it can get blocked. Any one of those chakras can get blocked up with negativity and stress and worry and hate, all that. All the stuff you would think is crappy thoughts is crappy thoughts. And then your energy, which flows. Your energy flows from the top to the bottom. The energy flows every which way, around this way, around that way. But when there's a block, eventually it causes physical problems. You can do Reiki on cats and dogs, and horses and birds. You can do it on plants. You got to do it though. So I encourage people that feel, and what is energy? Love is energy, and anyone can use the love that they have in their body to help heal people. There's a lesson here, and nothing in my life has been for naught. Nothing. None of the chronic pain that I had was for naught, because it led me to alternative stuff, which led me to this, which leaves me in a place, a very powerful place, to being able to help people learn things. I'm a teacher, I'm a healer, not a person. But life is very, very interesting. When you accept this spiritual journey, life is never boring, never boring. We all connect differently, and so there's no. I remember reading books, trying to find the right way. Well, there is no right way, because they all work. It's all with the power of your intent.
Well, another Psychic Expo has come to an end, but this one will be back again next year in September, and in the meantime we will be traveling around to all sorts of places. Now, what did we learn here today? Well, a Psychic Expo is really just about people coming together from their own past in life who want to share the information that they have with others. And it's also about community, and that's what the next episode of Paradigm Shift is going to be about, as we, the Paradigm Shift group, go to the Spirituality Expo 2011 to set up our table and just, have a good time. So until then, steady as you know and steady as you grow.